Lisa, nice
First
to
up
meet you.
to see Helen Gardner is Lisa, who's hoping to do rather well out of this silver cruet set.
I'm actually here on behalf of my friend's mum. She picked them up at a car boot and she bought them for £3 and I'm hoping to get her about £50.
Well, don't let on to Helen how much was paid for them then.
Now, you've brought a bit of spice to the table, have you?
Yeah.
Tell me about your little salt and peppers.
Okay, well, I'm actually here on behalf of my friend's mum. It's a salt and pepper set with a little mustard pot.
A little mustard.
Yeah.
Although it's got a mustard spoon in it. I think that could be used for salt or mustard. But little salt and pepper, a little cruet set.
Yeah.
Silver.
Yep.
Here's the hallmark. Birmingham, 1913.
Yeah.
So just before the First World War.
Yeah.
When people still had nice tables and everybody would have had to share a little salt cellar like that.
Yep.
They're very nice, very pretty. Unfortunately, an awful lot of people don't use that type of salt and pepper now. They're all grinding away with the big long pepper things.
Yeah.
But nice little classical style, nicely made, elegant.
Yeah.
I don't think the little spoon is silver. I think that's not silver. I don't see a hallmark on that. A nice little blue glass liner. That was so that the silver would not be corroded with the salt or, I suppose, the vinegar in the mustard. So, Lisa, why is your friend's mother selling these?
Well, she's been having a bit of a clear out and she's got 3 grandchildren, so...
She doesn't want to leave these to the grandchildren?
No, I don't think so.
Let me get some money on the table. There's £20, £40. What do you think?
Nah.
No?
No, sorry.
I'm not going to go much higher than that. I'm sorry, Lisa.
Okay.
£45.
No, I don't think...
Here's David giving you some advice.
Well, it doesn't sound a lot of money, Lisa, does it?
No.
Both our independent valuer and auctioneer, they've said 30 to 50.
Okay.
Can we squeeze another £5 out of you?
I'm going to be very ruthless here, David. I think they're so difficult to sell.
Yeah.
They're lovely. They should be worth more money, but they're not.
OK. Where did you get it from? Is it a family piece?
It was my friend's mum. She bought it from a car boot.
OK. Well, interesting. What did she pay at a car boot sale?
£3.
What can one do?
Well, you know,
I never get to
I
these
can
car
never say it.
sales.
I'm going to say to you, take the profit. I was hoping to say to you...
Come to auction.
I wouldn't mind going out for an afternoon to the auction if you'd want to go.
David! Don't you be charmed by that, David Dickinson. Now, you can go to auction and have a nice day out, and maybe you get a little bit more money. The choice, my dear, now is going to be yours.
I think that's quite a fair offer.
Okay?
Yeah.
Going to have a deal?
Yeah, it's going to be a deal.
Okay, my pleasure. Nice to meet you, Lisa.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
Intrinsic value with the silver. Hopefully I'll make a £5.
Only £5? That's nothing compared to Lisa's £42 profit. Simon Schneider's been joined by Geraint.
Hi, I bought in some walking canes today. I'm looking for around about 200 for them.
Value-wise, sort of around £150, £200, and I would really like to buy these. I hope I get the opportunity to do so.
Better get your cash out then, Simon.
5 walking sticks?
Yes.
How'd you come across these?
Well, these have been my grandfather's for years and years, since I can remember. I mean, he's 80 years old now, and he's had them, you know, for most of his life.
And did your grandfather travel abroad?
Well, yeah, I mean, he was in the war, and he's travelled quite a bit.
And do you know if he sort of acquired these abroad?
I'm not 100% sure. I think he's inherited some of them.
The reason I ask is because I think they're all started off life far, far away from where we are today.
Yes.
We've got 3 bamboo walking sticks here, which is this one, and this one.
Yep.
This one's really nice because it's been carved with this decoration of fish going all the way up it. I would suggest probably started off life in Japan around the end of the 19th or beginning of the 20th century, so about 100 years old. These are very nice quality carvings. Would take a lot of time and are quite skillfully done.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, you know, someone sat there with a stick of bamboo and they've turned it into a really nice item.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, you don't know anything about this one, do you?
No, I mean, I've always thought, because the markings here, that
Exactly.
it opens in some way or another, but
You've never managed to open it?
I've never managed to open it, and I was scared of actually damaging it if I
Right.
tried.
Either an ebony or some type of Indian hardwood.
Yeah.
You would think there would be some sort of compartment
Yeah, you would, yeah.
underneath them, but I'm scared to force
Yeah.
it open. I think we just have to accept that it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then finally we get to this one, which is Malacca. Have you ever looked at this closely?
Well, I've opened it up and had a look at the matches and a little compartment at the bottom, yeah.
Exactly. So what you've got with this, you've actually got two bits that open on it. We've got a Vesta. It's a match holder,
Yeah.
which is quite unusual in itself. So then we do that back up. As well as that, you've got inside it a little wick, almost like a candle,
Yeah.
or a taper stick, if you like, which you could light as well. So I've never seen one of those on a walking stick before. Now, a lot of people collect walking sticks, and anything that's sort of got a dual purpose makes it a little bit more unusual, so definitely adds to the value of it. So I like them, and I would like to pay you 50, 100, £150.
No, I can't let them go for that. My life wouldn't be worth living.
You wouldn't be, oh, well, we
No.
can't have that,
No.
can we?
No.
£200.
I'm sure we can squeeze a bit more out here.
Let's get David's opinion and see what he thinks.
How much is on the table?
200.
The prize is here. This is unusual. We've got two estimations, 150 to 2, 180 to 250.
Yeah.
So you're kind of mid-estimate on the
I'm
better
prepared to put down another £20 and make it 220.
Is it worth going to the auction to get more than 250? Because we need more than 250 to make it worth your while.
Yes,
I'm
please.
going to get out of the way. I'm going to say, think about it.
220.
Is that your final offer? Is that?
But I'd like it to be, because obviously I want to make a profit on them. I think I'm being very fair.
I'm sure you'd get a bit more out of you. I know you're tempted.
Look, this is going to be my final offer. £240. It's up to you now. It's your decision.
Yeah, okay, that's a deal.
Thank you very much for bringing in a very interesting lot.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Your grandparents will be very pleased. Now, Michael Hogburn's turning his nose up at Pat's piece of pottery.
A Staffordshire flatback. I haven't seen one for years. They are just so old-fashioned nowadays.
I'm feeling a bit nervous, and I've seen hockey on the TV many times, and I think it's very stingy.
Come on, Pat, let's turn Scrooge's mood around.
Staffordshire flatback.
Yes.
How long have you owned this one?
Well, I've owned this is about 30 years, and it was in my mother's house. But the lady that did own this, she gave it to my mother. She was 96 when she gave it to my mother.
Wow.
It's very, very
It's
old.
a family piece then, really?
Yes.
So why are you selling it today?
Well, I've got no room for it, really.
No.
Just to go with my furniture, you know what I mean?
The Staffordshire factory in itself, they did a lot of this sort of stuff, the flatbacks these are called, because it's got a flat back. When you put them on the mantelpiece, they would go flat against the wall and not fall off of the mantel. Great idea. That hole there is for when they fired it so it didn't crack. And this front piece here is all hand painted. And the thing about Staffordshire as a factory, it's a generic term for the whole of Staffordshire. This could have been made anywhere in Staffordshire.
Yeah.
And in the early 1800s to the 1830s and 40s, Staffordshire was painted by children. Get paid peanuts for it.
Yeah.
And this was really the first sort of ornament, decorative items that
Yes.
most families could afford because the children were making them. So they were very cheap to buy. And they're quite crude. And when I say crude, that is the style of Staffordshire. It is crude. Crude means like this face is not painted very well.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a few splashes around and
Yeah,
things like that.
yeah.
This one is a late one. This dates to about 1900, maybe 1920,
Yes.
around that way. Really, these are so hard to move on in the market nowadays Because like you, no one really wants this sort of thing anymore.
But it's in good condition, isn't it?
It's in perfect condition.
Perfect condition,
It's in perfect condition. All about the money.
Well, what will you offer me for it?
I would like to give you for this £20.
No way. I'll take £20.
You've got higher expectations
Oh,
than
yes,
that, haven't you?
a lot higher, yeah.
I'll go 25.
You're not near.
I think I'm all done on that.
£25.
If it was worth any more and I could sell it for a lot more, I would be paying more.
I'm sure you'll sell it for more than that, won't you?
Do you know what? I'm going to struggle to get 40 quid for that. Would you like it to go to auction?
Give me 40 for it and I'll take it.
No. I really can't pay any more than £25.
That's a bit tight, isn't it?
I don't like to be mean, Pat, but the thing is, you've got to think about me. I'm not here as a collector. I'm here as a dealer.
Yeah, it's a bit...
And if I buy something, I've got to sell it.
Give me a fiver.
I'll give you 25.
Oh, you're a hard man to make a deal with. Very hard.
You're a hard woman trying to make me give you another fiver.
That's a fiver. I wouldn't get it back in a fact.
If it's all about a fiver.
There you are. That's the hardest fiver I've ever tried to get out of anybody.
Thank you, Pat. It's the hardest deal I've done ever.